Hello, Mrs. Smith. I am Dr. Love. I am the administrator and diagnostician. And our office received a referral for a student in first period due to behavioral concerns. Can you tell me a little bit about that student and what you're seeing in the classroom?
Okay. Well, thank you for coming, Dr. Love.
My pleasure.
The students that we are speaking of, this student comes in, this student plays her music. She comes in the classroom dancing. Um, she look at other students and they start arguing among themselves. She slams her book either on the desk or the floor, and she becomes disruptive.
Okay. All right. And so, what are some things that you do when these behaviors are occurring?
I address the behaviors by calling it to the student's attention. I ask her to turn her music off.
Mm-hmm.
I ask her to please not come in the room dancing
Mm-hmm.
and do not argue with other students,
Mm-hmm.
and to please don't slam her book on the desk or the floor.
Okay. Now, what are some positives about this student?
There's one positive thing about her.
Mm-hmm.
She comes to class every day.
Okay.
Every day that she is scheduled to come to my class, she's here.
Okay. Thank you for that information. Well, it looks like the students are going to come in just a second. So what will happen is I will dismiss the students after I observe, and I will speak to the student as well as yourself.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Love.
You had that book. It's my favorite part. You looking at Rico? Somebody asked you anything. Sit down here.
Student, please sit down. Turn your music off, please.
I don't need you
And
to tell
don't
me
dance,
anything.
please.
I'm turning it off. Just
And
wait a minute.
you
Pick
threw
that
the
book
book
up.
on the floor. No, I'm not gonna pick it
Oh my
up.
God.
You're gonna pick it up, okay? We have a visitor.
Duh.
All right. So class has completed, and now the class is leaving.
What?
The class is dismissing. Okay.
Ooh, I'm gonna hit him.
Hello. How are you doing? How are you doing?
Good. Doing good, thank you.
Okay. All right. So tell me a little bit about this classroom. Tell me what's going on.
Well, we have Miss Smith over there that seems like she picks on me, has her favorites.
Mm-hmm.
She gives me different assignments
Mm-hmm.
that she give other students.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, that's a cookbook. Fruit.
Mm-hmm.
What does she want me to do with that?
Mm-hmm.
So, now, previously, she given me zeros on assignments. And I'm thinking, you keep giving me the same book without any directions. What do you want me to do?
Mm-hmm.
She just looks at me. I don't think she like me.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Some of
Look
the
how she's looking at me now.
some of the behaviors that I observed as you were coming into the classroom. You like to dance.
Oh yes, that's my favorite song.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's called Freak Out. Do you like that?
Okay. And you like to argue, right?
No, it's just that if somebody picks on me, I'll say something.
Okay. Okay. So tell me a little bit. You told me about the book. Okay. So I'm here to ask you two questions. Okay, it's just like a little assessment, but it's very informal. Just you and I can hear it in the teacher, of course, because the students are out the room. Tell me a little bit about when you come into the classroom. How can you come into the classroom? Because we're going to talk about nonverbal cues. Do you know what nonverbal cues are?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Nonverbal is that's like without any type of action, verbal
Right.
action.
It's basically coming in the classroom and, in other words, using gestures instead of speaking.
Right.
Using nice gestures.
I'll
Okay.
be there. I need you to explain it, but okay.
Okay. So when you come into the classroom,
What's your name anyway?
my name is Dr. Love.
Okay.
Okay. Let's stay on topic. Okay. when you enter into the classroom,
Yes, also a topic.
okay, how are you supposed to enter the classroom?
She always let me play my music.
Okay, so this is why I'm here. What I want you to do when you enter the classroom,
Mhm.
you did acknowledge your teacher, but I want you to practice to just smile and then come to your seat. Let's do that. Smile and then come to your seat. Okay, that's number one. That's the first nonverbal cue. Smiling when you walk in. No music. Okay. Now I also noticed that when you entered the classroom, there were some students who you were conversing with, but it was in a negative way. Okay. So what I want you to do is when you enter into the classroom, okay, what could you do instead of entertaining those students who were bothering you?
Ignore them.
Okay, and that's nonverbal as well. You can ignore them and come where?
To my seat.
To your seat. Excellent. And also, if you have a question, instead of throwing your book, what can you do if you have a question for the teacher?
I just go to Miss Smith and ask her, what am I supposed to do?
Or what else could you do? What's that nonverbal cue?
Raise my hand.
You can raise your hand. We're gonna talk to her about that. Okay? So you're gonna raise your hand, okay? All right, so those are your nonverbal cues.
I'll be moved to
I'm just here to help give you interventions. I'm here to provide interventions, okay? We'll have to speak with Ms. Smith and the school officials too.
I would like to be moved to the other class.
Okay, so let's practice the nonverbal cues, all right?
Do I
So
have to talk to her?
that's why we're practicing nonverbal cues.
Yes.
So that means you will get up and you will walk to the door. And Mr. Smith, I know you heard our discussion. I would like for you to go ahead and greet the student, and I would like to see the student actually practice those nonverbal cues. Okay?
Without the music, right?
Without the music and without the dancing. So you're walking in.
Good morning, students. How are you this morning?
Good morning.
Okay? And you have a question for Ms. Smith. What are you supposed to do?
Miss Smith, I would like to know why I have a book with fruit and
Okay.
all the other students have their English books.
Okay, let me intervene. Okay, nonverbal cue. What are you supposed to do first? Raise your hand.
Student, may I help you, please?
Yes.
What are you supposed to ask?
I would like to know why I have a fruit book and the other students have English.
Well, actually, that book was put with the English books by mistake. So I have ordered several other books to replace the books that are not supposed to be in here. So I do apologize for that.
Okay.
I will let you look on with another student until we receive the book later on today.
Okay, well, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
You have two students who were bothering you when you entered them into the classroom. So what can you do?
Ignore them.
You can ignore them. And if they continue to bother you, what can you do?
Raise my hand and tell Miss Smith.
Raise your hand and tell Ms. Smith. You did an excellent job. So I want you to practice. I'm going to leave a copy of your intervention plan for nonverbals with your teacher. Okay, and I'm also going to call home and let your parents know what we discussed on today. Is that okay? Okay. And does your parents know that you like to dance when you come to class?
Oh, yes, because I dance all the time at home.
You dance all the time at home. Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave a copy. And then the next time I come, we're going to practice on some social interactions and how we're supposed to interact. Okay? And Mrs. Smith,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like for you, I'm going to leave you this document. And I
Okay.
would like for you to basically, on this document, put the date, put the student's name, the behavior, and every time she does those nonverbal cues, I need for you to give her a check. And if she gets at least 10 checks within 2 weeks, then it's a positive phone call home. And the reason why is because we want you to be intrinsically motivated rather than extrinsic. Do you know what that means?
Can you explain?
Yes, we want your motivation to come from inside rather than always handing you things like candies and cookies.
Mhm.
So we want to make those positive phone calls because actually these behaviors are expectations.
Mhm.
Okay? These are expectations. We expect for you to come into the classroom. We expect for you to raise your hand. And so when you do those things, we recognize that through phone calls.
Mhm.
Okay? So Miss Smith and Miss Natasha, thank you so much for allowing me to come and visit the classroom.
Mhm.
And I look forward to hearing about your great progress. All right?
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I will keep that form up
All right.
and I will give it to you
Thank you so
when I
much.
finish.